Look, car manufacturers must decide where they want to put wipers and where they want to put blinkers. Because people like me who are in and out of different cars are struggling. In some cars, the wipers are on the right and blinkers are on the left, while in other cars, it's the opposite. You would be out here trying to indicate right and the next thing, wipers, icon. This feels like a man. There should just be a global standard, then every manufacturer must stick to that. Because the current arrangement is not working. Welcome to another video. Finally, the Haval Jolon review is here. This car right here is the smallest Haval car you can get in SA brand new at the moment. And I find it very weird that their smallest car is actually a big car, because the Jolon is quite big. Yes, they also have the Haval H2, but that's an old car and it's irrelevant now. Hey, Chinese cars are not reliable, they fall apart within 3 years, but the Haval H2 has been around for quite some time now and I don't see them falling apart. I recently reviewed the bike Beijing X55, and in Nelspruit the bike dealership is owned by the same guys who own VW and Audi. If you buy a Beijing X55 in Nelspruit, you'll take it to VW for service. Yes, you heard me right. Your Beijing X55 will be serviced under the same workshop as your Polo, Tiguan and Golf R in Nelspruit. Apparently there's a VW technician who went to China to be trained to work on bike cars. So he's the guy who'll be dealing with bike issues. Things are about to get interesting. Nizotingasho. Now let's talk about the Jolion. In front the car looks nice, but I'm not really a fan of the chrome trims. If you're like me, don't worry, because the Jolion S is coming next year and it looks way nicer than this one. Look, I like Haval, but I don't understand why they keep on giving us different variants of the same model. Like, how many Jolions do we need? We have the normal Jolions, Jolion S is coming next year, and they're also bringing Jolion Hybrid and maybe plug-in hybrid. Aibo, Safa Makanda. At the moment, we only have 4 Jolion trims. There's a City, Premium, Luxury and Super Luxury. The exterior differences between the lower-end models and high-end models are negligible. In front is just the headlamps and daytime running lights design, and on the side is the size of the wheels, 17-inch on the lower-end models and 18-inch on the luxury and super luxury. A panoramic sunroof is also only available on the Jolion Luxury and Super Luxury. You already know what a Haval Jolion looks like, so I'm not gonna waste your time talking about the side profile because there's nothing exciting here. It looks like any other SUV. The back is well designed in my opinion, there's nothing to complain about. The boot space is 337 liters, expandable to 1133 liters when the rear seats are folded. Underneath we have a spare wheel and a fire extinguisher. Apparently it's a legal requirement for all cars to come with a fire extinguisher in China. Maybe they know something we don't know. If you're wondering what's up with the boxes, well, it's a story for another day. All I can say now is David Mashabela is a legend. Check out the King David podcast, you won't regret. This interior looks nice for a car that costs less than $500,000. The one thing I don't like is that there's some buttons on the dash, but most of the functions are buried in the multimedia screen. We have a multifunction steering wheel with some pedal shifters, and I can tell you now those things are useless. I only use them once and they make you think you are driving a sports car. Next thing you're averaging 15 liters per 100 kilometers, but the drive is not really engaging. You know me and fancy cup holders. The USB ports are just awkwardly positioned. This is a Jolion Premium and it comes with cloth seats. You only get leather seats in the Jolion Lux and Super Lux. Let me not waste your time talking about legroom and silly features because that's not the point of this video. Today I just want to share my experience of living with a Jolion. This car is really a smooth cruiser, and when you're behind the wheel you even forget you're in a cheap Chinese car. The only constant reminder is the Haval branding on the steering wheel. Under the hood we have a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine mated to a 7-speed DCT or a manual transmission for those who want to be changing gears by themselves in 2022 for whatever reason. The power output is 105 kilowatts and 210 Newton meters of torque, and the turbo lag is bad. Even someone who doesn't really know much about driving dynamics can tell that something is off. And the other thing that I don't really like that much about this car is the body roll. When driving, the Jolon feels way lighter than it looks from outside. And around corners, it feels like the car wants to roll over. You'll be on some yay, and the wind noise kind of gets to you. Otherwise, I'm happy with everything else. The suspension is quite smooth and it deals with bumpy roads extremely well. The claimed average fuel consumption is 8 liters per 100 kilometers, and I will post a separate video addressing the issue of fuel consumption after testing the car in different situations. I'm keeping all the receipts for all my fuel purchases, and I will let you know how much I spent on fuel in just 30 days. Today my consumption is sitting at 10 liters per 100 kilometers, and that's partly because I do unthinkable things when I'm shooting. So this consumption is not a Haval problem, it's a me problem. Some of you are wondering, why am I not talking about tech features such as lane keeping assist? Well, that's because no one buys a car for lane keeping assist. Those things are not key selling features, they're just gimmicks. I've never heard a person saying I'm not gonna buy that car because it has no lane keeping assist. While we're on the issue of tech, I've been living with this car for about 3 weeks now, and I haven't experienced any electronic or mechanical glitches. Not that I was looking for them, I just thought it's something worth mentioning. You can't review a Chinese car and not talk about the issue of reliability and parts availability. To be honest, there's no scientific way of determining whether a car is reliable or not. Reliability is mostly based on consumer feedback, and so far the guys who own Havals are not complaining about any major issues. I've heard a few people mentioning gearbox issues, but at the moment it's unclear what's really the issue with the gearbox, so I can't comment on that. One thing I can confidently comment about is the availability, or rather unavailability, of parts. If you own a Haval, try not to be involved in any accident, because finding parts to fix your car is gonna be a nightmare and a half. You'll wait up to 3 months for your car to be fixed. That's one problem I know about Haval at the moment. Panel beaters are struggling with parts. Feel free to share your Haval story in the comment section if you have any. This car comes with a 5-year 100,000 kilometers warranty and a 5-year 60,000 kilometers service plan. So Haval has a better warranty than Toyota and VW. In terms of pricing, the Jolon starts from 343,000 rands for the entry-level model and goes all the way to 447,000 rands for the top of the range Super Lux. I think the sweet spot is the Jolon Luxury, and it costs only 415,000 rands. For the top of the range model, you pay an extra 32,000 rands just for adaptive cruise control, surround view cameras, and that lane departure tonton. I don't know about you, but I can live without those things. The Jolon Premium, which is the car I'm currently driving right now, is also a great package, and it costs only 385,000 rands. The only problem is that it doesn't get a sunroof. If sunroofs are not your thing, you can buy it and you won't be missing out on anything. For the purpose of this video, let's assume you want a sunroof, so you'll buy the Jolon Luxury, which costs 415,000 rands. If you finance a 415,000 rands car for 5 years with no deposit and no balloon payment, at an interest rate of 10.5%, your monthly installment will be around 8,920. Add, let's say, maybe 1,600 for comprehensive insurance, and your monthly cost goes to 10,520. At the current fuel prices, a full tank will cost you plus minus 1,200, and your total monthly cost will hover around 11,700. That's if you will only pour one tank per month. But I can tell you now, that's not going to happen. In just 3 weeks, I've already spent more than 3,000 on petrol, and that's the reality of living with a big car in South Africa. Enjoy your SUV. Like I said, I'll post a separate video where I'll be breaking down the issue of fuel consumption after testing the car in different situations. Long distance trips, city driving, etc. And I'll let you know exactly how much I spent on fuel in 30 days. In my next video, we'll be checking out a BMW Classic. If if you don't see any new content on the People's channel, please check out Mr. How Much. The boy is doing the most. We met at OR Tambo for a quick meet and greet. Nyana. Very cool guy, that one. Support local content, guys. It's the right thing to do. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more car content.